Hey everybody, Mark Davis. Thanks for looking in. If I tell you my theme today is we are at war, well, that could narrow it down to about a dozen things. Talk show hosts are always telling you we're at war against something or other. I'm going to narrow it down to two things. They're both pretty obvious. One you're well familiar with. The other one might be a little new, even though it's been around for a while too. The first is global jihad. Yep, there it was. Again, San Bernardino, California. Not workplace violence, obviously premeditated. It'll be interesting to see how the left spins this, because the left never wants to recognize that evil is right in front of our face. And obviously there are a million gun control arguments. I'll let those play out on the show or somewhere else. It is pure ridiculousness to point out that what we need are gun control laws. We don't need more gun control. We need self-control. I got a couple of examples I want to share with you of ways in which this points to the other war. Did you see the cover of the New York Daily News? Have you heard about prayer shaming? This is the new war. Your beliefs, my beliefs, under attack. Were you one of the folks who on social media the day of the shooting said, hey, let's have some thoughts and prayers for the people of San Bernardino? I know that the social media world is a very hot and contentious place to be, but if there's anything that you would think you could fire out there into the social media ether and not get eaten alive for, you'd think thoughts and prayers for San Bernardino would be one of them? Guess again. Your thoughts and prayers are being mocked. Cover of the New York Daily News. There's some thoughtful, hey, let's pray for San Bernardino tweets from Ted Cruz, Paul Ryan, Rand Paul, Lindsey Graham. Cover of the New York Daily News says, in big letters, God isn't fixing this. As the latest batch of innocent Americans are left in pools of blood, cowards who could truly do something about it continue to hide behind meaningless platitudes. Your prayers, your good wishes for these people are meaningless platitudes? That's a war on your faith. I mean, there are a lot of ways to wage war. One is violently with bullets and bombs and IEDs. Another way to wage war on your faith is to mock it, to try to force it to the sidelines, to try to tell people that your faith and your expression of faith is somehow silly and ineffective. This is hatred of God and those who believe in him. And I don't ramp things up like that generally for a living. What could you possibly describe that as anything else? It is something that goes beyond the realm of just disagreement over whether you want to have thoughts and prayers for people on the occasion of tragedy, or whether you want to enact legislation what do people think that gun control is going to do? What do Paris and San Bernardino have in common? Paris has some of the strictest gun control in Europe. California has some of the strictest gun control in the United States. Oh, that gun control thing is working out real well. But here's the other thing that I wanted to bring up. An actual U.S. senator, on the occasion of these thoughts and prayers, these well-meaning things that people were tweeting out, again, thoughts and prayers. Keep that in your head. Thoughts and prayers. Senator Chris Murphy, Democrat of Connecticut, tweets the following: your thoughts should be about steps to take to stop this carnage. Your prayers should be for forgiveness if you do nothing again. Really? And the answer is yes, really. So not only are we under attack as a nation from global jihadists, but people of faith in practicing that faith are under attack from mockers and critics and people who would condemn us. Listen, I think they basically misunderstand prayer, so rather than react in kind and call them what I'd like to call them, let me just offer what I hope is helpful. Prayer is not a magic button that you press and go, there, the prayer has fixed it all. That's not how it works. Prayer is something gradual. It doesn't always get answered in the way that we think. It is something that addresses evil, which is a conversation the left doesn't even want to have, and that's part of why it is kryptonite to them. But prayer provides a constant beacon, a constant light that shows us where to go, how to think, what to do. The solutions to horrible violence like this are not anything that's solvable by some more stupid gun control, some additional layer of abrogation of our Second Amendment rights. The way to, you won't solve or prevent them, but the way to constrain, the way to mitigate events like this is with our own godly example, reaching out into the souls, into the hearts, into the minds of people who are hurting, people who are suffering, people who have lost their way. As a national policy, with all this Christian kindness that I'm talking about, it goes hand in hand with the war that we must fight, because there's only one way to win a war: kill enough of the enemy that they decide to stop fighting you. There's nothing unchristian about that either. So call it, a two-pronged approach, but both are necessary. We'll be talking about all of this, of course, on the Mark Davis Show, 660amtheanswer.com. Check it out. Go listen to the podcast. Much appreciate you. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching.